Hi, welcome to the Nary Show. I'm your host, PR Marks. This is the recommendation show for all your streaming services and reviews. Let's get started. First up we have is Heads of State. It's an action comedy, and it's about a action star, gone president, and a British prime minister working together to save the world's democracy from the bad guys. But the only way they can do so is if they work out their differences and put aside their rivalry so they can work together, if they can.
You suck! You suck!
Now, for a PG-13 action comedy, the action was definitely over the top in certain moments and ridiculous at times. But the comedy definitely lacked a little bit, and it only worked with the action comedy stuff with the main female character and the comic relief, because they both just like kicked ass and took names. You know, I think it could have done a better job for maybe a ruder, cruder type of humor, and probably could have benefited from a rated R rating.
Dress up like we're into this shit and fuck with the nerds.
Hey, Spaz, why don't you go get me some Big League Chew? How about that, huh?
God damn it, that underwear had shit on it.
Now, the film, of course, is filled with cheesy one-liners and puns and guns. But it seems to be a trope these days to have some type of secret or mystery involved, and it's always revealed on the beginning of the third act. But I don't know why, though. It doesn't need to be necessary. It's not that big of a secret in these types of movies anymore.
That's why I got a secret. Okay, ready?
Okay.
You want to hear the secret?
Yeah, what is it?
We're selling it!
Tina, tell me the secret. Juicy.
Overall, though, I think the action was pretty good in this one, even though it might be ridiculous at times. The comedy was just a little bit lacking, but not too bad. It's a mixture of Grumpy Old Men meets basically the Lipid Has Fallen series. And I quite enjoyed this one. It was an easy watch, and I was really surprised by how many actors showed up on this one. So I'm going to have to give this one a yay. Just an easy yay. Second up we have is a documentary called How to Rob a Bank. And this is about a bank robber called Hollywood, based in Seattle. And with a name like that, I'm guessing you know that he was definitely inspired by movies like Point Break because of the way he did his robberies.
Your hands where I can fucking see him! I'm not a crook!
Now, in this documentary, I really enjoyed it. I think the reason why I enjoyed it so much is the way they told the story. It was through like a storyboard, like animation, or even whether it was reenactments done in live action. It was just well paced, kind of like if you were reading a comic book.
Everything in my life is not comic books, okay?
Now, though the story is about a bad guy robbing banks, it's also about the cops chasing him and, you know, out for justice. But that's just not the most compelling stuff. The bad guy stuff is way more compelling, and we know that as an audience. We always want rooting for the bad guy, and I don't even know what that says about us as humans, but the bad guy stuff is just way more compelling, and in this one, it really succeeds.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
Overall, I had a fun time with this one, and I really enjoyed it, and I was happy to go along for the ride. This one pretty much has everything you want in a crime drama, but just done in a documentary form. And I think you're just going to really enjoy this one. So I'm giving this one a yay. Definitely a yay. Now I want to take a quick break and give a recommendation for a new album from the band Turnstile out of Baltimore, Maryland. They're a post-hardcore band, and they're just really good. They have this type of dreamlike feel to their music. They have songs that make you feel like you're floating on clouds or you're speeding right through them. Some of my favorite songs is probably Dreaming, Soul, Birds. So if you're looking for some new music with that packs a punch, but also makes you feel really relaxed at times, I would say check this one out. They definitely have doubled down on more of their dreamlike stuff, so check out the new Turnstile album, Never Enough. Last up we have is a German sci-fi thriller called Brick. It's about a couple that wake up to find their whole apartment and complex trapped by a mysterious wall that just randomly appears. And they must work with their old and new neighbors to find a way out or escape.
There's no escaping here!
When watching this one, I felt that I was really hooked in really easily with the dilemma that the main characters are faced with, compared to the other characters that are just not worth anybody's time or effort. I did like the fast-paced editing with it, and also how they showed stuff compared to just explain it through dialogue.
Don't show me, tell me.
I blow hot air.
Now, the acting in this one was alright. The main characters are probably the best actors in this whole movie, and one maybe psycho character that gets introduced later on in the movie, probably one of the better actors too. Everybody else, though, did such a poor job, I felt, as actors. but that's okay. I would say the only saving grace in this film was probably the cinematography. There were some really cool rack focus shots with lenses, and also a really cool dolly downward shot. That was really cool too. So the cinematography I felt was pretty much on point.
Kenny, get the camera ready. Here, hold my gum.
Overall, I felt this film was kind of lackluster and just not really worth the time that I thought it was going to be worth. Yeah, and the big reveal, what a letdown. Just a total letdown. I thought there was going to be something way cooler, way more epic or compelling, and it was just kind of lacking overall. So I'm giving this one an A. Just an A. Well, that's all the time we have today. I hope you enjoyed the show, and please, as always, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you liked any of the films we discussed, please leave a comment down below. As always, have a great weekend, and until next time, lates.